The TD Garden is a multi-purpose arena in Boston, Massachusetts. The Garden opened in 1995 as a replacement for the original Boston Garden. The new TD Garden was built directly adjacent to the old Garden Arena. The new Garden was built with a capacity of 17,000 people. Now the Garden hosts the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics, respectively in the NHL and the NBA. So why is the Garden so special from an urbanist point of view? The TD Garden has simply really great access via public transportation. Two metro lines directly service the area, with the Green Line being one of them. The Green Line services two dense suburban towns in Cambridge and Somerville. When you take the line south, it stops frequently through downtown Boston. These stops service landmarks in the city, including Fenway Park, the Boston Common, the Museum of Fine Arts, and others. The Green Line later splits into three and spreads out its service. This provides more access for suburbs to the west of Boston. The Green Line's longest branch, the D branch, services LaSalle University, which is a 26-minute drive from downtown Boston. The B branch services Boston College at its terminus. The B branch also services Boston University, another large university in the city. The E line services Northern Brookline, another dense suburb in the area. This provides really good access to downtown Boston from Brookline. As you can see, the Green Line has spread out service that allows multiple communities and their residents to transport in and out of downtown Boston. The Orange Line is the second line that services the arena. The Orange Line also heads up north, under I-93, with access to Charlestown, a historic suburb of Boston. It then heads directly north and stops at Assembly Square, a smart growth neighborhood designed very well. The Orange Line crosses the Mystic River, then continues north into the suburb of Malden. Malden is a suburb with around 70,000 people, and that's where the Orange Line stops. The Orange Line south of the Garden gives great access to multiple communities, too. As with the Green Line, the Orange Line stops near the Boston Common. The line continues south into Chinatown, a vibrant Asian American community with terrific food. The Orange Line continues south to Back Bay train station. The Back Bay train station services the Northeastern Corridor and Acela lines all the way south to Washington, D.C. The line also later stops at Northeastern University. After this, the Orange Line creeps into suburbia, with stops in Mission Hill, Hyde Square, Stony Brook, Green Street, and terminating in Forest Hills. With the Forest Hills station being adjacent to the largest zoo in the city, Franklin Park. It's evident that these two metro lines service the city of Boston and its suburbs very well. But there is also another mode of transport that really separates TD Garden from other arenas. There is heavy rail directly to the Garden. North Station sits right under the arena. This station is the main hub for MBTA commuter rail north of the city, with the Newburyport-Rockport line servicing the North Shore, stopping at coastal towns like Salem, Massachusetts, where the town of Salem is based off, and Gloucester, where the award-winning Coda was filmed. The Haverhill line services more inland communities of Massachusetts. It passes through Lawrence, a famously very nice city, where absolutely everything is great and no one is suffering at all. The line terminates in Haverhill, another great city reeking with its industrial past. The Lowell line services northern Cambridge, going north through developed suburbs. The line terminates in Lowell, which is a mid-sized college city that actually held a Jack Harlow concert a couple months ago. The Fitchburg line services Cambridge directly, stopping somewhat near Harvard. The line continues into the wild west of the state and terminates in Wachusett. All of these commuter rail lines give ample access to most of the suburbs surrounding Boston, plus other independent small cities around the state. So as you can see, the metro lines really connect the city closer to the arena, while heavy rail does that job at long distances. Public transportation is vital for the arena, not to mention it's really cool for train nerds like me. The walkability around the arena is another reason that the arena is an urban paradise. Wide sidewalks on Causeway Street cause walking around the arena to feel very safe. The arena has multiple restaurants on the same street that it's on, usually sporty bars built to attract Boston sports fans. The sidewalks are lined with trees, creating a more calming and quieter experience while walking. There are also many urban paths that make TD Garden accessible on foot. One example I really loved is a trail I took last time I went into Boston. It starts a couple 100 feet east of the arena, crossing over canal locks, under the Zigam Bridge, over the Charles River, and eventually leading into a new mixed-use neighborhood in Cambridge. It was a peaceful walk with greenery, not to mention the path felt fresh and new. The city center of Boston is just a half a mile south of TD Garden, making it an easy and peaceful walk to get to the core of the city. The North End, a beautiful Italian-American neighborhood with the best food I've ever had, is right next to the garden, with the arena being so close to major Boston landmarks and having well-designed sidewalks with pedestrians prioritized. The walkability of the arena is simply great. It's an urbanist paradise. Amazing public transport and great walkability really make this place shine, especially compared to other American sports venues, which pretty much suck a lot. I want to thank you all for watching the video. This is my first jab at YouTube, and I know it's not the best, but I very much enjoyed producing the video. If you could like and subscribe to grow the channel, that would be great. I'll see you next time I upload a video.